Welcome back to Pilates by Brianna. Today's workout we will be using the reformer as well as the small ball. So I have that off to the side but within reach. This class is going to be more of an intermediate level class where we are we're focusing on unilateral work, so working one side of the body at a time. So that way we can see where some of our weaknesses lie. So when you have your ball, we are going to start with single leg footwork. So I have on my balance body machine 2 heavy red springs and 1 medium blue. And I also have this foam pad on the platform because we will have our hands on it. So you don't need it, but I have mine, so if you want it, you can. And then the foot bar is in your footwork position. So when you are all set up, let's get started.
Come to lay on your backs and have the ball nearby. You can put your headrest up if you would like. Once you're laying down, you'll put the heels on the bar hip distance apart and your spine is in neutral. Take one big breath in and out, and then begin pressing the carriage out and in. Trying to initiate the movement with the back of the legs. Exhale to press out, inhale to control it on in. Just one more here. And then next time you press out, you're going to march the right knee into the chest. Both heels will come back on the bar to land, and then the left knee into the chest the next time you press out. So we're just alternating marching. We're getting into that unilateral work, steady breathing. And you might find that one leg is working a little bit harder than the other as you push out. Those are the types of things we want to tune into as we go through this workout. A few more to go. And bring it on in. You're going to put the right toes on the bar, left leg in tabletop, out and then pause. Lower that left leg down towards the springs, back up to tabletop, and bring the carriage on in. You're trying to keep the knee bent at that 90-degree angle the entire time. So when you bring the left leg down towards the springs, you're moving from the hip. 3 more to go. Last one. Bring it on in. You're going to press out again and pause. With that right leg, you're going to lower the heel beneath the bar and then use the back of the legs to raise it back up. So a calf raise here, a single leg calf raise. That right leg will lower and then it'll lift. That left leg is staying in tabletop the entire time. We're going for about 8 to 10 here. And then bring the carriage back in. Once you bring the carriage in, you'll put the feet in a Pilates V and then lift that left leg up into a tabletop but turn out position. And then we're going to do the same thing we did at the beginning. Press out with the right leg, pause, lower lift the left knee, bring the carriage back in. So we're doing that same thing that we did at the very beginning, but both of our legs are in a turnout position. Press out and pause, lower lift the left leg towards the springs, and then bring the carriage back in. Going for 8 rounds here. Bring the carriage in, and we're going to switch sides. Left toes on the bar in parallel, right knee is in tabletop, press out, lower lift that right leg, and then bring the carriage on in. 5 more to go. When you lower that right leg, try not to let the hips move at all. So we're trying to keep the hips stable the entire time. If you need to, you can bring your hands on your hip bones to keep them steady. Just to give you a bit of feedback. Then you're going to press out and pause, and we've got the heel raises. That left heel will lower underneath the bar. And then engage that calf muscle as you lift that left heel back up. Right leg is still on tabletop. And bring the carriage back in. Bring both legs into a turnout position. That right leg is in tabletop in that turnout. Press out, lower lift that right leg towards the springs, and then bring the carriage in. We've got 8 repetitions here. You should feel a bit more inner thigh work in that right leg. And bring the carriage in. You're going to grab hold of your ball, place it between the knees, and if you had your headrest up, you're going to lower it down. Heels will go on the bar, hip distance apart, and we're going to go into a few bridges. You're going to roll the hips up off the carriage, pause at the top to squeeze the ball once, and then roll back down. We'll do about 5 here before we add on to it. Just really trying to articulate through the spine. Now you're going to lift up into a bridge and we'll pause, straighten out that right leg, and you're going to press 10 times into the ball. So you're just squeezing that leg in and then relaxing it out. So you're going to feel a lot of hamstring work in that left side. Go ahead, lower that right knee down, and then we'll switch, straighten out the left leg and begin pressing into the ball about 10 times, trying to keep the hips level the entire time. Good work, you guys. And you can lower back down. Legs will go over the bar, arms up towards the ceiling, nod the chin to the chest as you roll all the way up to sitting for a spring change. We're going to take off a few of the heavies, and I want you to be left with just one heavy red spring. So that's the only spring on, one heavy red. And then you can lay back down. And you're going to put the strap in the left hand. We're doing a unilateral mid-back series. Legs are in tabletop. And then you're going to lower that left arm down towards the carriage and control it back up. Trying to use the lats to do this motion. And when you lower the leg or the arm down, you can pause to squeeze into the ball as well. Let's do 2 more. And then last one. And then next time you're going to pull down and then bring that left arm out to a T, just a small amount, and then back in. Pulling it out to a T, back in. When the arm is at your side, you can squeeze into the ball 1 time. So we're trying to do a small T arm here. Only go out as far as you can without it pulling you too much. So it's a lot of oblique stabilization. Anytime we work one side of the body, our obliques and our back muscles automatically have to kick in to stabilize. And then bring that left arm up towards the ceiling and rest down. We're going to repeat that on the right side. So you'll put the right hand in the strap, legs up into tabletop. Right arm will come down by your side, pause, squeeze into the ball, and then back up. We'll go for about 8 repetitions here. Just a few more. And pause with the arm overhead. Now this time you're going to pull down and we've got the T arm. The arm will come out to a T position just out as far as you're able to, and then bring it right back to your side. When the arm is at your side, you can squeeze into the ball. We're going for 8 here as well. 8 is the magic number today. and rest down. You can hang up that strap, take the ball out, heels will go hip distance on the bar, bridge up and place the ball underneath your sacrum. We're going to go into unilateral foot and strap. So now you're going to take that left strap and put it on the left foot. You could bend the right knee just kind of in at your side, and then we'll do pull downs here. You're going to pull that left leg down towards the bar and control it back up. And then next time that left leg is overhead, you can pause and you're going to straighten out the right leg, and we'll go into scissors. As you pull down on the left, that right leg will come up towards the ceiling. So we're scissoring our legs back and forth, and you're trying to get them to meet in the middle. About halfway there. Then next time that strap leg is overhead, you're going to pause and we're going to add in a helicopter. So it's going to be scissor the legs, helicopter, bring them around and away from each other to switch position. And then you'll repeat scissor, scissor, helicopter the legs. 4 rounds, so 2 more. Scissor, scissor, helicopter the legs to switch positions. Last one, scissor, scissor, helicopter the legs. Good work. You can take that foot out of the strap and we'll switch sides. So go ahead and put the right strap on the right foot, and the left leg can be bent just in a comfortable kind of position. And when you're ready, start pulling that right leg down and back up. We'll go for about 8 pull downs here. Hands are down by your side, just giving you a little bit more support. And you're really initiating the movement with the back of the leg. It's a lot of hamstring work. We'll do 1 more here, and then next time the right leg is up, you can straighten the left leg out over the bar and begin your scissors. As you pull down with the right leg, the left leg is coming up towards the ceiling. Nice fluid motion. You can have a slight bend in the left knee if that feels better for you. Last one. And then we're going to start with the helicopter. So it'll be scissor the legs, helicopter to switch positions, and repeat. Scissor, scissor, helicopter to repeat positions. We'll do 1 more round. And then next time the strap leg is up, you can pause. Take that strap off of the right foot, hang it up, and then you're going to come on up for a spring change. So you can either do a roll up or lay to one side and come off. We're going to take off that 1 red spring and put on 1 medium blue. So you're on 1 medium blue spring and lay back down. The ball is going to go underneath the right hamstrings. Hands will go behind your head. We're in a chest lift position. And then we're going to begin jumping with the left foot. So you're jumping out, you're trying to land softly onto the foot bar. If this is too much with the head up, you definitely want at least your headrest up so that way you can see your foot make contact with the bar. We'll go for about 15 jumps here. Trying to keep the pelvis stable. Now 1 more jump like this, and then we're going to add on to it. So next time you jump out, you're going to bring the left knee in towards the chest and then straighten it back out to land. That knee will come into the chest and straighten it back out to land. You're still trying to stay lifted in the head and shoulders, really using the upper abdominals, and the head is resting heavy into the hands. That'll take some pressure off of the neck. We've got about two more jumps. And then bring the carriage in, and we're going to go right into the second side. So the ball will go underneath the left knee, head is behind the head, hands are behind the head, there we go. You're lifted up into a chest lift and begin jumping on the right leg. And that left leg is staying in tabletop for right now. Almost there. This is a great way to get in some ab work. We're working the upper and lower abdominals as well as the obliques to stabilize. Now as you jump, you can begin bringing the right knee in towards your chest. So jump out, that right knee will come in to the chest and then straighten it back out to land. And bring the carriage on in. Good work, you guys. You can windshield wiper the legs side to side, stretch out the low back, and then when you're ready, you're going to come on off to the side. Put the ball away, we are done with that. We're going to do a spring change. We're putting that red or the heavy spring back on and taking off our medium blue. You're going to stand on the side of the carriage or reformer. My left side is closest to the reformer. Pick up the strap with the left hand, and then we're going to begin a row. So I have my right foot back and my left foot forward. You're going to take the strap and just engage the muscles around the shoulder blades and pull that elbow in. So we're doing a low row here. The elbow will come right in by the side. Next time that left arm is straight, you're going to pause, bring the right leg back a little bit for lunging. You're just going to drop that right knee down towards the ground and then use the left glute to raise it back up. So drop that right knee down, use the left glute to come back up to standing. We're not doing anything with the strap, you're just holding it for a bit of balance. And now come on up and we're going to alternate. So you'll do one row and then one lunge, one row and one lunge. Take your time with these and really focus on form. Each time you stand up, really try to engage the glutes of that left side. That's what should be doing the motion, not the quads. And then come up and you can hang up that strap. To transition, we're going to keep the spring on the one medium blue, but if you need more stability, go ahead and add on another spring. Put the foot bar down and come onto all fours facing the foot bar. So I have my hands on the platform and my knees on the carriage. You're going to come into a bird dog, so you're going to straighten the left leg out behind you and right arm in front of you. And then nice and controlled, using that right leg, you're pushing the carriage back just a few inches and then bringing it back in. So the carriage is coming out just a few inches and then back in. You're staying strong through that left glute and the right arm. Put that right arm down, bring the left leg in, and we'll switch sides. Right leg will go behind you, the left arm will go out in front, and once you have your balance, you can start moving the carriage back with that left side. We're going for about 10. Try not to roll too much through the hips, so they're staying, your hip bones are staying facing the carriage, facing down. And then bring the carriage on in. You're going to come up to sit back on your heels, pick up the strap with just your left hand and hinge forward. Arm is behind you for a bicep curl. Bend the elbow as you bring the arms up towards the shoulder and then straighten it back out behind you. So you're trying to keep the forearm behind you at all times. Nice and controlled each way. We're really doing that unilateral focus in today's class. So a lot of one-sided motion. And then you can hang it up and we'll take hold of the right strap and repeat. That right arm will stay behind you. Bend the elbow so the hand comes up towards the shoulder. We're working the biceps, and then straighten it back out. We're going for about 8 to 10 of these. And then you can hang up that strap, and we're going to come into a plank. So I'm going to change my spring to the lightest spring I have, but that's more abdominal work. So you can also stay on this medium spring. Then your hands will come back onto the platform or press the carriage out so you're in a plank position, and using the arms, you're going to press the carriage back even more, feel the core, and then really use your lats to bring the carriage back in. So again, I'm on the lightest spring I have, but you can also use a medium spring, or if you want it to be more challenging, you would go no springs. Shoulders stay down away from the ears. You have that nice long line in your spine. Keep the hips low, but not too low that you're dumping into the low back. Last one here, and then bring the carriage in and sit back to a quick child's pose. Then you're going to put on that one heavy red spring, take off your whatever spring was on for that plank set, step off to your right, and then we've got the row on the second side. So you have the strap in the right hand, you're in a staggered position with the left leg behind you, and you're bending that elbow in by your side, squeezing around that right shoulder blade. You're standing nice and tall, reaching through the crown of your head. So we have an engagement in the core and all of our postural muscles as well. And now we've got the lunges. So when that right arm is straight, you're going to drop that left knee towards the ground and use the right glute to come back up to standing. We'll do about 3 more here, and then we have the alternating movement coming up. So now you're going to do a row with that right arm. Then once the elbow is straight, drop down to your lunge. Come back up for the row and then the lunge. You're going to alternate here. Take your time with this, do it at your own pace. And take, a short pause between each exercise to make sure you're doing it correctly. And come on up. Hang up that strap, and then come onto all fours on the carriage facing the riser. So you have the hands on the shoulder blocks and the knees are underneath the hips. You're going to take hold of the strap in the left hand and start with our pullbacks. So you're going to pull that arm straight back and then control it forward. We do these pulling straps with the long box on. So this is just a way to incorporate some more body parts, make it a little bit more functional, and we've got that unilateral movement going again too. So just kind of teasing out our differences between the two sides. And then come on in, and you're going to put that left strap on the left foot. So I like to sit back and put it on the foot and then come back onto all fours. The left foot will be on the outer part of the frame, and you're using the back of the legs to lift the leg straight up and back down. So it's hip extension, but we've got the resistance from the springs now. So keeping the left knee pretty straight, you're going to lower the leg down. It may or may not touch the floor, and then squeezing into the glute and the hamstrings to bring it back up. When you lift the leg up, try not to sink in the low back. And then you could lower that leg down and take the strap off of the foot. And then we'll switch sides. So you're going to pick up the strap in your right hand, and we've got the pullbacks. So check in with your form, make sure the knees are under the hips and the wrist is under the shoulder. And then that right hand, you're just pulling the strap up and back, squeezing that right shoulder blade and feeling a lot of the lats, the big muscles of the side of the back. And then you're going to sit back on your heels and place the strap on your right foot. And we've got those hip extensions. So keeping that right knee straight, you're going to lift that leg up towards the ceiling, squeezing the glute and lowering it back down. Again, the strap may or may not touch the ground. We're going for about 8 to 10 here. And good work. Bring that right knee in, sit back to take the strap off of the foot, and hang up the strap. We're going to start slowing down our heart rate with a cool down for mermaid. So bring that foot bar back up to your mermaid position. We're on 1 red heavy spring. And then I'm in a Z-sit position with my right hand on the bar and my left shin is up against the shoulder blocks. So I'm going to press out, pause, rotate to tap my left pinky onto the bar and then bring it on up. So you're pressing out, rotate to tap the left pinky and back up. This next time you press out, you'll stay rotated towards the bar. Right hand will go more to the right. Keeping the shoulders down, you'll bring the carriage in, lifting the chest up through the arms for our little bit of extension work. We'll do 2 more here. That rotation with extension. And then next time you press out, come into your side bending position, bring the carriage in and we'll counter stretch. Left hand to the shoulder blocks, right arm up and over, keeping the arm in line with the body. And then come off the carriage forward and we'll go into Eve's lunge. So you have the right foot up against the shoulder block, right knee is down on the carriage. Bend into that left knee to get a stretch into the right hip flexor. Hold here for a few seconds, then bring it back in. We'll press back out, this time straightening into the left knee to also feel a stretch in the hamstrings. Bring the carriage on in, and then we'll sit in mermaid facing the other directions. So you have your right shin up against the shoulder block, left hand will go to the foot bar, press out, that right arm will come up and over, pause, rotate to tap the right pinky down towards the bar, and then bring the carriage on in. And we'll do a few like that, getting that nice thoracic rotation. Next time you have both hands to the carriage, we'll begin our rotation with extension. So press all the way out with both hands, feel a stretch in the shoulders, and then keep the shoulders down as you bring the carriage in, lifting the chest up through the arms. And then the next time you press out, you're going to come back into your side bending stretch. Bring the carriage in and counter stretch. Right hand to the shoulder blocks, left arm up and over. Then you can come up, step forward off the reformer, and we'll finish with that lunge stretch. Left foot up against the shoulder block, left knee is on the carriage, press out, bending into the right knee to feel a stretch in the left hip flexors. Bring the carriage in, and then press back out, this time straightening into the right knee to feel a stretch in that right hamstring. This is the last thing for today. I hope you enjoyed this workout. If you did, please like, subscribe, share, all of that, and I hope to work out with you soon.